welcome you to Arizona. Tonight's Pride Night is presented by Circle K. Two teams heading in opposite directions. Phoenix having lost 2 in a row, while Oakland has won 4 of its last 5. With Jeff Attinella, I'm Michael Watring. Good to have you on board tonight. Hope you can come in and stay a while. When you look at the standings in the Western Conference, Phoenix clinging to that final playoff position, while Oakland is surged up to the number 5 slot in the Western Conference standings, trying to hold on to that spot and keep pace with the top of the Western Conference table. And a big reason why, they have one of the top goalkeepers in the league leader in saves and clean sheets in Paul Blanchette.
Paul Blanchette has been virtually unbeatable this season. What's impressive is not only is he tied for the league lead in shutouts, is that he's in first place with the most saves in the USL. When you lead the league in shutouts and you're making the most saves, you know that you're doing something right. He has been a wall in the back, making save after save, keeping his team in it, keeping his team above the playoff line, and really standing on his head for this Oakland Root squad.
Time to take a look at tonight's Game Changers, presented by Hope High School Online, changing the game of education. Denny Trejo is going to get the start at the number 9 position this evening. He is going to get his chance to be featured with this group, and Manuel Arteaga will come off the bench.
They're hoping that Trejo can make the difference in terms of his movements and give them really a more dynamic look up top. Arteaga is still going to play a factor in this game. We talked to the coach about him coming off the bench later in the game and really feeling that role as a hold-up forward. But look for Trejo to be a little bit more mobile up top, create a bit more creativity for this Phoenix squad that's looking to get themselves on the score sheet.
That duo has combined to score 9 goals this season. The 2023 Phoenix Rising campaign is brought to you by Equality Health. Kickoff starting lineups come your way when we return. Phoenix and Oakland next.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Tens of thousands of customers wrote about Carvana being easy in their 5-star reviews, including Eric.
The whole process was really simple and easy, and this is my 3rd time selling to Carvana.
So I can practically do it from memory now. You just enter your license plate or your VIN, answer a few questions, boom, you get a real offer.
True story. Still shocking how easy it was to sell my car to Carvana.
Sell your car to Carvana today.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Louisville City at the team's new home. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for ticket information.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health. Carvana will drive you happy. And by NAU Nationwide. We're back here in Phoenix as we take a look at the starting 11 for the Oakland Roots in this matchup. The back 3 are going to have their work cut out for them against this Phoenix group with Johnny Rodriguez in a great run of form up top.
Paul Blanchette is the man that we're focusing on tonight. We're going to be focused on this goalkeeper because Phoenix at home is going to really look to pressure this back line, get creative against this back 3, try to move them around a little bit. And Paul Blanchette is going to have to be doing what he's done all season, make saves, keep his team in the game, especially here on the road against a tough Phoenix team.
Phoenix, conversely, will look like this for Juan Guerra's group. Varela and Trejo up top with a little bit of a new look, and see what kind of relationship those two can form.
Coach Guerra happy with how his team's playing, but wants to see them to be more dynamic in the final third. He wants to be a little bit more creative, more willing to take risks, takes chance in that final four, get creative in front of it. They're going to be looking to build up out of the back with this back four in the midfield block, but can Trejo move the center backs around, create openings for his teammates, and really be dangerous in this final third, which has been something they've been lacking lately.
The question for the back line of this Phoenix unit will be, can they get a little bit more stingy? They only have one clean sheet this season. They're one of the two teams in the league, joined by New Mexico, to have just one clean sheet on the year. And there's been 3 times where they've given up multiple goals. And that back four will feature here today, as we're just about ready for kickoff between Phoenix and Oakland. Time to take a look at tonight's availability report, brought to you by Spooner. And these two sides have dealt with some nicks and bruises this season. And once again, Cuello out of the 11. A couple players missing as well for Oakland. And Juan Guerra's talked about it. He wants to see his team get a little bit more healthy, consistency with that personnel. And they're slowly starting to round back into form for tonight's contest. So there's your availability report. The two sides exchange handshakes after the opening few moments here. And Eddie Trejo, great season last year, 14 goals, 5 assists with Las Vegas. He scored 4 times in the last 10 here with Phoenix, and he gets an opportunity to really be a focal point of this roster, and I'm very interested to see how Phoenix comes out with Trejo up top.
It's a big opportunity. We talked about it in the open. The coach is looking for more dynamic play up top. He's enjoying the way that they're playing out of possession. They like to build from the back. They like to create for themselves, try to stretch the defenses out with their ball movement and the way that they keep possession. But can Trejo be a little bit more dynamic for this team? That's why he's in the game tonight. They want to keep the back line of Oakland moving. Oakland is very good inside of their block. He thinks by inserting Trejo into the lineup, they get a little bit of a piece that they've been lacking in the final third. Maybe a little bit more creativity, the ability to create something out of himself, and to be brave in the final third. When we talked to Coach Guerra, he talked about having the ability to create for themselves, be brave, take risks in the final third. When you work so hard in possession, when you work so hard in building up the way that they do, building up out of the back, really trying to play the beautiful game, it's all for nothing if you can't be creative and dynamic in the final third. So that's what he wants to see out of his team that has been lacking in games prior to this one.
Juan Guerra said, I want more risks, and I've given my players the freedom to do that. He was an assistant in Phoenix in 2021, took over the Oakland head coaching job in December, and after 25 games, moved over to Phoenix to take over the reins after Rick Schantz was let go. Oakland, Noah Delgado takes over. And this has plenty of storylines, as these two sides extremely familiar with each other here, as we're just about ready for kickoff between these clubs. And later kickoff than usual, getting all the social media moments together, photos and everything, and just about ready to blow the whistle.
There's a little bit more to this game, right? You talk about the storyline with the coach, obviously Coach Guerra coming over from Oakland, coming to Phoenix. A lot of old players that he had on his team still on that Oakland team. Brought some players with him to Phoenix. He really wants to have this game be controlled, but he knows there's going to be emotions involved. There's emotions from top to bottom in this. The staffs, the rosters. There's a lot of emotion coming into this game. I wouldn't be surprised to see teams coming out flying, letting the emotions they got to let the emotions calm down a little bit. Remember that it is just a game, two teams with different tactical ideas in mind. Phoenix is a team that wants to keep the ball. They want to build out of the back. They really want to pass you to death. But Oakland's a team that's comfortable in their block. So it's going to be a real chess match between these two sides. Can Phoenix break down this Oakland team? And if you're Oakland, can you be patient? Can you stay disciplined in your block so that you don't get sucked out by their passing? And of course, we're getting a good look here at Paul Blanchett, who's been the big man inside the net for Oakland this year. We talked about it in the open. Leads the league in saves, tied for the league in shutouts. He's going to be busy tonight. We know that. They're on the road. Can he be up to the task? And this should be a good one that we have here tonight in the Western Conference.
The final match of Week 14 is underway. Phoenix and Oakland here from Arizona. With Jeff Antonella, Michael Watchering, our entire crew. Excited to have you on board. Come in and stay a while with us here today Phoenix has dipped a little bit in the standings, having lost back-to-back matches and looking to avoid a third consecutive loss, while Oakland is in excellent form, winners of 4 of 5.
These are the types of struggles that you deal with, though, if you're the Phoenix team. You have a new coach, some new players in, you're playing a new formation, you're playing a new way. They want to build out of the back, and a lot of that is just being on the same page, because you can't put out of the back if you don't know where your teammates are going to be, and if you can't trust them to be in the spots where they need for those outlet passes. So, understandably, a little bit of a slow start for Phoenix, but this was really a game that it felt like coach was really looking for this team to make the next step. Can they make the next step? Can they possess the ball? Can they be dynamic in the attacking half? And is this a game where they can get 3 points against somebody they're looking up in the standings and start making their way up the Western Conference standings with a big 3 points here at home tonight?
Rising haven't scored in the last 203 game minutes. Manuel Arteaga's game winner in the 67th minute at Orange County on May 20th. Can they break through here today against this Oakland group that has given up the 3rd fewest goals in the league? 6 clean sheets, back-to-back shutouts, and they haven't allowed a goal in 215 minutes.
Nothing like a good test, right? You talk about wanting to get more dynamic in the offensive half. Well, here you have Oakland, one of the better defensive teams in the league, coming into your stadium. Are you going to be able to pass them around? Are you going to be able to move them out of the block and really stretch them out so that you get those good opportunities in front of net for your forwards?
Phoenix in the red, Oakland in the white. Always a great atmosphere here. Last season, it was a 2-0 win for the Roots. Becca scoring in the 5th minute and the 27th minute. Founded winners. Juan Guerra's first game on the bench for the Rising. Tamakis, as well as Hackshaw, will represent their respective countries, El Salvador and Trinidad and Tobago, rather, in the Gold Cup. After this match. Shaw carried that a good distance. Rodriguez trying to get a poke on. Last week against Pittsburgh, Phoenix really controlled the possession, as you would expect against Pittsburgh. A lot of chances. Guerra said he was more upset about that match than Vegas as this ball's flown in. It gets cleared away, but not very far. Long distance effort gets blocked.
That was Zambrano. I played with Zambrano in Portland. He is not afraid to put his foot on a ball from a long distance. He has a good hit as well. So look for him to step up when the ball pops out, to have a hit, be able to create from on top of the box.
Switch and play here, and it is a well-weighted pass by Harvey. Circling in the box, and the ball deflected out. So Chuwu.
Those type of diagonal balls from Harvey are going to be important tonight. When you have a team like Phoenix that likes to keep possession, you got to spread out the block of Oakland. Oakland likes to be comfortable on their block, but if you can connect on that long switch, you immediately get Oakland moving side to side, and that's where you start finding gaps in that block. So that's an important ball from Harvey, and those type of diagonal balls are going to be a way that they can bypass the block and really skip those lines and get themselves in these positions.
Corner kick brought to you by Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. Varela plays back, gets it. In return, this ball into the box. Lambert hits the woodwork. Really a dazzling highlight. Now a volley opportunity from Fuenmayor, but not bad work there on the first set piece for the Rising.
That's one for Phoenix that you'd love to see fall. You do all the hard work. You can tell Varela on the corner kick puts his hand on his head so you know something's coming from straight off the training ground. A little short 1-2, draws the Oakland defense out. Unlucky to hit the bar. Great contact on that volley. Everything was right except for the finish. Unlucky to hit the bar there for Phoenix. But those are the types of things that coach is talking about, being a little bit more dynamic in the box. You can see they had a set play they were running on a corner kick, and they're being aggressive. They run that set plays on the very first corner, looking to get something dialed up to get them that opportunity.
Juan Guerra felt like Oakland's back three have not been tested that much lately. He wants to put them under a lot of tests here today. Joma Was great last week against Pittsburgh. Really provided a spark off the bench, works his way into the starting 11.
Coach talks about not testing the back line, that their back line hasn't been tested. What he means by that is a lot of times, especially when you're going against a back three like that, that's good in the block defending. If they go up against a traditional number 9 that's just going body to body with them, that's what they want. They could do that all day. They could wipe that out, no problem. So you bring in Trejo to move the back line a little bit more, be a little bit more mobile, try to get them moving from side to side so that you pull those center backs out of their block so that those midfield runners can get behind and just create a different look that keeps them a little bit more mobile so they're not just winning 50-50 headers the whole night.
Phoenix Children's is expanding across the valley so we can all grow healthier together. Learn more at phoenixchildrens.org. Paul Blanchette, 6'4", played collegiately at Loyola Marymount. 2 saves this year, 6 clean sheets. Harvey spins around one defender. Just cannot nestle one through as it's intercepted by Tamakis.
Harvey with a good job there. That's one way to beat a press as well. If you have a player that's able to create on his own, you get the defender on his back, you spin him, and then you see all that open space because the back line's dropping off with the forwards making those runs. So if you have a midfielder who's able to turn, create space for themselves, and drive at that back line, that's one way that you can get through a block that's set the way that Oakland does.
Manakis continues the run. Select to play back. It's another interesting piece for this Phoenix side. Panos Armanakis. Trejo does make this sprint after it. Will not get there. Armanakis joined the team last week against Pittsburgh. Met the team on the bus. Juan Guerra said that the team made him sing during team dinner, and Monday came in like he'd been one of the guys forever.
Yeah, that's a tradition you see in soccer a lot. Anytime you get a new face in the locker room, you get him in front of everybody at the team meal, get him up there singing a song. Hopefully everybody starts cheering him on. Some teams will cut the song a little bit short to let you get away with a couple verses, but other teams will make you do the whole thing. So I'm not sure.
Who picks the song?
The player's allowed to pick the song. Traditionally, the player picks a song because, you know, it's just like karaoke. You want them being comfortable. You really want to get their best effort when they're performing the song. So you really let them get comfortable and pick the song and give them all day to practice. You give them the heads up. You're going to have to sing at dinner tonight. Get your notes, get yourself in tune. It's a good way to build that relationship right off the bat, have a little bit of fun, lighten the mood up for everybody.
Do you remember what you had to do?
I escaped singing with every team that I was on somehow. I somehow escaped singing. But I always wondered what song I would sing, and I never quite landed on one. Because you could always go with crowd favorites, you can go with the easy karaoke songs to get everybody singing. It's really an interesting choice when it comes to the song choice.
Yeah, Sweet Caroline's always a nice one to get everybody involved. Here's Rodriguez. He's been a great goal scorer of late. Takes a tumble. There is space on the left. And it's into the net for Mella. Opens the scoring. His 5th of the season. Oakland on top 1-0.
This goal starts with a transitional piece from Rodriguez. He picks the ball up, dribbles at the back line. If you're Phoenix, your back four is forced to drop. A quick counterattack here from Oakland. Rodriguez picks the ball up, he dribbles into space. The Phoenix back line continues to drop, waits till he's to step, finds the runner, and he makes no mistake about it in front of the net. Formella, left-footed, picks out the side netting, picks his head up, finds the corner. Great finish there from Formella, and a great run from Rodriguez, making the back line step, makes the back line commit, open runner out wide, makes the right pass, and Formella with the big finish across his body off the one touch. Makes it look a lot easier than that finish is.
27-year-old from Poland. It's his 5th of the season. Oakland gets the early edge. That's the difference that Johnny Rodriguez has made of late, getting an opportunity to play more, and he has rewarded Noah Delgado.
What I love there, a lot of times you'll see players make that pass a little bit early. But he picks the ball up, he has space in front of him, he drives at the back line, makes the center back step to him. And once that center back steps, every other person on the back line has to adjust their positioning. Once they adjust, Fermela's making that run wide. He slips it wide, leaving his forward open. Great finish from Fermela, picks his head up, picks out the corner. And just like that, that's how Oakland can turn you over. Phoenix has done a good job in possession tonight. They've been moving the ball, good movement off the ball, but that's how quickly it can happen when you're a possession-based team. You turn it over in a bad spot, you better be able to recover quickly, because just like that, Oakland's on the board. And they really haven't had the ball much for any of this game, but when you're a possession-based team, that's what happens sometimes when you leave yourself exposed on a turnover.
Third time this season, Fermela has opened the scoring for Oakland. Roots are 3-0 when scoring the opening goal on the road this season. This was against the Phoenix side that's stingy this year. Tied for second in the league as this ball goes in. Blanchette catches fewest times allowed a first half goal. 9 of the first 12 matches, but allowing one today. Novo to get this one out of danger. He's under a lot of pressure. Maybe a little too patient there.
That's always a little bit, your stomach drops if you're a goalkeeper. You take your touch, you're looking to connect, you feel that pressure coming on your back. You take another touch, hoping that you can get it out in front of that forward. Sometimes the smartest thing to do is what he did there, just kick the ball out of bounds and live for another day.
Oakland has settled it nicely here on the road. 12 minutes gone by and the Roots on top 1-0.
Now if you're Phoenix, that's the tough part about being this type of possession-based team. You want to move the ball, you want to split, you want to spread that block out, but every time you're in possession, if you're stretching the team out, if you're spreading yourselves out to regain that possession and get the ball moving from side to side, a quick turnover like that leaves you exposed. Rodriguez did a great job exposing that, driving at the back line. But if you're Phoenix, you got to really value the ball in the middle of the field, because if you're looking at it now, Phoenix is very spread out. The red shirts are all over the field. They're stretching the game. They're trying to open up their block. But on the reverse of that is once the ball turns over, you better work like crazy to get yourself back tucked in and back behind the ball, because if you're stretched out like that, you set yourself open for the counter, and that's exactly what we saw in that goal.
Well, this is certainly something that's been an issue this season for Phoenix, and it's an Oakland team that has scored in the first 12 minutes of a match for the third time in the last 4 games. This portion of the match is brought to you by Modelo, a reward for those with a fighting spirit. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Here's a good run in behind Rodriguez, or check that, that was Memo Diaz. Slot tackle was perfect to get it back to Rios Novo.
Needed that challenge too. That was a good win there. It's always tough when you're sprinting at your back like that. You don't want to commit the foul, because then you're the last man. Good bit of effort there not to get beat on that tough bounce.
This first 13+ minutes has been a bit of a microcosm of the recent stretch for both sides. Oakland takes advantage of their opportunity, while Phoenix hits the crossbar on Lambert's shot on a corner kick in the 5th minute.
It's one of those situations where if you're going through a little bit of tough time scoring, things aren't going to come easy for you. You almost have to work a little bit harder. You got to take advantage of those opportunities, because things aren't going to come easy for you when you're going through a scoring drought. As we look at this replay here, great last-ditch effort here to make sure you get that touch on the ball. And they needed it. That comes off of a goal kick. The team stepped up, takes a weird bounce. Next thing you know, the forward's running down. Great individual effort there to get a touch on that.
Perhaps a goal-saving effort by Henry Uzochukwu. Goal-scoring prowess come from here for Phoenix. Change in the lineup. Team's leading goal scorer, Manuel Arteaga, will come off the bench tonight.
Sometimes you need that too as a player as well. If you're coming off the bench, not as much pressure as when you're starting, but you know when you sub on that you're going to have a designated amount of time to make an impact on that game. Bring in some fresh legs, give a different look, a little bit of different energy to a back line that's been working the entire 90 minutes.
15th minute, Oakland leads Phoenix 1-0 with Jeff Attinella. I'm Michael Watrang. Glad to have you along for the ride here this evening. Heaves that ball out to midfield, but it was unsuccessful initially. Harvey called for the foul. Johnny Rodriguez holds it up.
flip side, if you're Oakland, you talk about a dream start, this is exactly how you draw it up. You're comfortable in your block, you catch them on the counter, you get your goal, and now you can be comfortable playing with a lead. Can they make Phoenix run around a little bit in their possession? And when the ball turns over, they'll be quick to get in their block again, make sure that you can't get caught in a transitional moment.
Oakland doing an excellent job of keep away right now. Through the middle of the yard, again, open out wide, and the shot this time, Rios Novo is able to handle, and that left flank has been open. Memo Diaz taking that shot.
Oakland gets that opportunity with great movement through the midfield. You got the midfield triangle working perfectly together. 1-2 touch passes to get to the next line, get through that line of the midfield for Phoenix. 1-2 movement off the ball. The midfielder makes the late run, which opens up the forward out wide. Great off-the-ball movement leads to that opportunity, and good work in the midfield, getting those 1-2 touches and just moving around the Phoenix defense.
Here's Trejo. Lines through one, but not a second. Possession given right back, though. Zambrano makes the turn. Brutson. Varela. Manjoma. Ball mishit. Nearly ended up with Trejo. Blanchette clears the line. These sides like to possess the ball. Phoenix second in the league, nearly 60% of the possession this season. It's the last touch here.
Important for Phoenix to continue to move the ball fast. Once you let Oakland settle like that, that's where they're the most comfortable. But if you're Phoenix, every time you're on the ball, can you get the ball moving fast? Even if it's just small passes, even little small passes like that, 5-6 yard passes to the guy that's next to you, will make the defense shift a little bit. So can you get the ball and move it quick?
At times, she's done a great job of playing keep away. Blanchette started some things. Passing so nice in tight spaces. It carries all the way through the midfield. Brutson able to deflect that ball away. Tamakis.
That's a great bit of work there from their forward, Rodriguez. He comes back all the way for the goalkeeper. Blanchette finds him with a pass. He checks in to show space for the goalkeeper, locks it off to his midfielder, keeps his run moving, and next thing you know, Oakland has a chance to have the ball on Phoenix's side of the field. But that's the type of stuff you want from your target forward. Willing to come back, willing to check in, do the little bit of a dirty work in the midfield so that he can gain possession for your team, lay it off, and then keep it moving to make those runs behind.
Joma does well with his body to keep Tamakis away from it initially. Great though from Tamakis, so much, keeps it in, prevents the goal kick. Trejo can't get the touch. Perhaps a break was on. Nane had the assist on the Formella goal. Foul whistled, and not just a foul, but a card as well. Memo Diaz goes in the book.
A caution is issued by the referee to
gets there late.
SC number 23.
Gets there late, gets a little bit of a leg on the ball. That's the right call for a yellow card, even though it's his first foul of the game. Challenges like that, you can't be late to those. You get all leg on that, and that's how you end up with a yellow card.
How does Phoenix respond now? A team that has not scored since May 20th. To get into that column here at home. To put back-to-back 1-0 losses to Las Vegas and Pittsburgh in the rear view. Novo all the way out near the center circle. I like to get the ball at his feet. Get him involved in the attack.
I'd like to see a little bit more creativity in the movement if you're Phoenix. Everyone checking back to receive the ball, but when someone comes back to check to receive the ball, the next person needs to either be running behind or finding that empty space.
It's a giveaway. A charge on again for the Roots. And right back, and now space to right here, Varela. Very patient, hefty touch. Armanakis able to hold this on, swing it in, and it gets cleared. Harvey. Manjoma. Manjoma wants that right foot, flies it in, Hackshaw clears.
Good job there by Harvey, keeping the play in. Gets it wide to Manjoma. Good cut inside, good look on goal. Might have been a little bit wide, but that's what the coach was looking for. More dynamic, more creativity in the attack. You cut in, feel free to have a shot. Take your chances. You work so hard to get the ball to that side of the field, especially against a team like Oakland. If you work hard to get the ball there, be dangerous. Don't be afraid to take those risks. When you're attacking, those are the places where you can take risks on the field. It doesn't matter if you turn the ball over in their defensive half. Take those risks, take players on, get more creative, try to create something for yourself or for your teammates.
Bravery in the attacking third. Manjoma had the best 2 strikes last week against Pittsburgh. Weird saves from Jamali Waite. Armanakis started that last situation, a player that wants to make a name for himself in this country. Excellent touch out wide. Choices to be made here. There is Trejo. Armanakis. Trejo once more. Close down there, maybe one extra pass that was needed. Manjoma. Varela! Blanchette got enough to get it away.
Such an impressive save here by Blanchette. The cross comes in, he has to track it the entire way. Bouncing ball through the defender's leg, keeps his eyes on the ball. Big time diving save to his left, and he needed the rebound too. There was a person crashed in the net. Good rebound, big time save here from Blanchette to get low like that.
This corner kick flying in. Harvey was trying to get there. Hackshaw comes in to intercept. Second ball coming on, and over everybody.
I can't tell you how difficult this is. The ball comes in, it's bouncing, there's traffic. The shot goes through the defender's legs, and not only that, you had Trejo on the back post, ready there to clean up any type of rebound, but instead, he puts the rebound out in front of the crashing forward, out for a corner. To keep your balance up like this, you're shifting one way, you're dealing with the cross, you're moving to your right, you're looking at the shot, you see the forward has the ball, your defender comes across, he screens you. Shot goes through the defender's leg, you're able to get back with a big push and a big diving save to your left, and even better, you're able to push that rebound out for a corner instead of leaving it in a dangerous area. That's why he leads the league in saves, that's why he's tied for the league in shutouts. Big time saves like that, and he's been doing that all year. When you lead the league in saves, you're making saves consistently, and it's not the easy saves, you're making big time saves. Blanchette doing his best to keep his team in it the same way he's been doing all season. That is a huge save and a very difficult one when you have to shift your body back to the left like that.
4 shutouts in last 6. The candidate perhaps for the save of the week in the USL Championship is Harvey. Pulls this one forward, flag though up for offside. Uzuchiwu again hustling after it. Pre-game with Raising Cane's, proud supporter of Phoenix Rising. Skip the line and order with our easy mobile app for your order of premium fresh hand-breaded chicken fingers, special sauce, and don't forget to add our fresh hand-squeezed lemonade. Let's go Rising. had some dangerous moments. Hammered a crossbar. Varela, a shot attempt that Blanchette gets a piece of that prevents Trejo perhaps from cleaning it up on the back post. Mella's goal in the 9th minute. And the Roots on top 1-0. So look to continue their ascent. The Western Conference Mountain. Harvey, 50 spin cycle. Leaves 2 defenders in the dust. Nane though. Foul on Harvey. Nane, excellent defensive work to step in front of Harvey.
Nane does everything right there. Harvey gets the ball, he turns, he sees space in front of him. Could be a counterattack. You have Trejo running. Rodriguez does a good job on the spin. Look at that spin move here by Harvey. Beats his defender, attacking space, but by Nane. Uses his body, maybe a little bit of an arm there. Could have been called either way. Ref saw it go in Nane's favor, Harvey with the foul, but he does a good job getting his body in front of it and really just eliminating any chance for a counterattack.
Yeah, perhaps got away with a little bit of a punch to the stomach.
That's great from Harvey, though. You get the ball, you have the opportunity to turn. And in a situation like this, especially on the counter, once you have that defender on your back, if you're able to turn, you're able to spin, you're going to have tons of space. Great closeout job by Nane. Foul could have been on him. Foul could have gone the other way. But those are the types of plays that you talk about, being a little bit more dynamic and creating for yourself and creating for teammates, because then it opens up space for the runs in behind.
Space has been open for both sides. Early edge. Allow them to do moments just like these where they hold on to possession. Oakland has taken just 1 shot so far in this match. They scored on it. Phoenix on the other side have taken 6.
And these are the types of things that happen when the ball's not going in the back of the net for you. You hit the crossbar, Blanchette makes a big time save. It's almost one of those feelings where you think, what are we going to have to do to get a goal? You just got to keep plucking away, keep creating these different chances, and eventually one's going to fall in for you.
Someone's making the run that left Varela open. There's a foul. This time it'll go on Harvey. Badawi having extended discussion with Varela and company.
Rodriguez really doing a lot of the dirty work here for Oakland early, coming back in, causing chaos in the midfield, checking back in to regain possession, checking back in to defend for his team, but also stretching the defense with his runs over the top.
Goes out. Make this build. They've been dangerous. Hit the woodwork once. 10 touches inside of Oakland's box. Get more of those as we enter the 30th minute. And the Roots will begin their charge once more. Excellent touch passing for Mella! Rios Novo, strong, sturdy, concrete paws.
He had a little bit more time than he thought. He chose to go with it off the bounce. Has a great look at it right at the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper has good, strong hands. Puts it out for a rebound. No mistakes with it. Doesn't mess around. No use in trying to catch a ball hit that hard. But if you're Formella, I think you'd like to have that one back. You pick your head up. You have nothing but time and space. Try to pick out that side netting like you did on the first goal. You have any opportunity there? Not many opportunities to get behind the box like that. Got to take advantage of those moments, but a big time save there from the goalkeeper. The team needed it. To go down 2-0 like this, the way that they've been played, would not be a good start for them.
Leads to a corner kick. Memo Diaz and Lindo Mbeka. Top of this ball will be the left foot of Mbeka. Lambert wins the initial ball. Very congested 6-yard box. 31st minute of play with Jeff Attinella, Michael Watrang. As we watch this Phoenix and Oakland matchup here in the USL Championship. There's a foul. Absolutely be a yellow card given to the aforementioned Mbeka. second one given there as well, I think, on Danny Barbier.
Just an extremely late challenge here.
Caution has been issued by the referee.
Ball pops out. No need for this. He's passed you. Really late challenge. No chance of winning the ball. And a second yellow for good measure for kicking the ball away.
And number 14, Daniel Barbier.
That's not 3 yellows in this first half for Oakland. That'll be something Noah Delgado has to take into account. Diaz in the 21st minute a yellow. And now Mbeka and Barbier, 31st minute yellows.
The Mbeka yellow, those happens. Those are challenges. That's just playing soccer that can happen. You're late to a challenge. You're a little bit frustrated. You swing your leg, you knock somebody down. But it's the one by Barbier, kicking the ball after the play. There's no need for that. Now you put your team a little bit more at risk. You have to play the game differently when you get stupid yellows like that. Just be disciplined, be smart, put the ball down, let the game keep moving. Those cheap yellows sometimes. Now the next tackle, if it's a bad one, you might be looking at a much different situation for yourself and the team. Just be a little bit more disciplined in the way that you're reacting to calls.
Varela able to carry that one through. Hackshaw, those steps in. Swept away. Rising looking for an equalizer here in the first half. So they've conceded a first half goal for just the 4th time this year. Armanakis goes out wide. Numbers forward as the Rising have been able to get Crutzen. Fuenmayor. Perhaps siding Trejo. Blanchette calmly collects. The Phoenix Pride Festival will be held at Steel Indian School Park October 21st and 22nd. Not only does Phoenix Pride produce the 2 largest LGBTQ plus cultural events in the state, they continue to develop community programs to raise public awareness about the LGBTQ plus community in an effort to eliminate homophobia, transphobia, and discrimination, and empower our community through the Phoenix Pride Community Foundation. For more information about the festival or about Phoenix Pride, head to phoenixpride.org or call 602-27-PRIDE. Rodriguez coming in, Rios Novo, which is up to play that, but Rodriguez in a dangerous spot.
As goalkeepers and center backs, sometimes those in-between bouncing long balls are some of the most difficult ones to judge. You're trying to get your timing just right, because if you're a goalkeeper coming out, you want to make sure, obviously, that you're in the box, be able to use your hands. But if you're a center back, you're just waiting for that goalkeeper to come, waiting. When you have a forward barreling down, it makes for a difficult situation to get the timing just right.
You got to watch the top of that chalk as well.
A lot going on in those situations.
Hackshaw drifts it backwards to Blanchette, who has plenty of time to pick his choice ahead. Well, if you're Juan Guerra, how do you feel about the first 34-plus minutes?
I think you want to see a little bit more creativity up top still. That's something that you're still looking for. Possession-wise, they've done a good job, but not really creating too many chances that are very dangerous. A lot of it has been individual efforts, which is something that he said he wanted to see more, but a little bit more movement off the ball, a little bit more possession around their box as well. A lot of the possession has been on their half of the field or towards the center of the park. Keep that ball moving side to side. Try to use that width. Try to stretch the defense. The tough part right now is that, you know, without their target forward in there, without their big man up there, when you get the ball wide, there's not many really big options inside the box in terms of a physical presence. So can you create different stuff where you can slip the ball in behind, trying to play the ball on the ground as opposed to just playing it in the air and dumping crosses in?
Joma trying to shield Formella. Get some help from a teammate. Part of the goal for Phoenix was to occupy and test the back line. Trejo. Harvey. Continues this side on the switch of fields. And then the pass is intercepted. Played over everybody. Crutzen.
Those are the types of ball you need more of. Get the ball in midfield, switch it wide early.
It's swung into the box. Backshaw sweeps it away. Two sides very familiar with each other. Guerra knows a lot of these Oakland players, and Delgado, as the assistant underneath Guerra, understood exactly what was trying to get accomplished. Crutzen. Fuenmayor. Good dodge one defender. Ball poked well, too strong, and out for a goal kick. Thirty-eighth minute of action. Oakland on top 1-0 as they score inside of the first 12 minutes for the third time in the last 4 games on Dariush Formella's 5th goal of the season, his 26th in USL Championship play. Phoenix have hit the woodwork and forced a Paul Blanchette save. The rising goalless drought continues to rise now, 240 plus minutes without a goal. In the final 7 minutes plus of the first half, as Oakland continue along its fine form of defense. There's Crutzen. Some space there from Manjoma. Armanakis trying to get it back, and eventually this Oakland side will be able to settle down after the interception. Becca. Tess Lambert here with a skim to it, and Reyes Novo controls the penalty areas, which is anybody in this league.
Oakland very comfortable playing direct right now. They win the ball, their forwards are making runs in behind. Very comfortable playing direct, trying to get over that, get that ball over that back line.
Varela continues along his run. A goal kick here.
The challenge for Phoenix is going to be, you take Arteaga out of the lineup, they wanted to have a little bit more creativity up top, a little bit more movement. When you take out that big player, that big traditional number 9, he's a big body that could body up against these center backs. So when you do get the ball wide, you have a target to dump the ball into the box. But in a situation like this, if you're Phoenix, the play has to come from creativity. The ball has to be on the ground. It has to come from quick movements. And that's how you're going to rely on getting behind that back line. Quick little passes, runner comes in behind, you slip the back line, you have a good look on goal. But when you're getting the ball wide, if your plan is to dump the ball into the box, you don't have that target for it, you're not really doing yourselves any favors. So a little bit more creativity in the movement, keep the ball on the ground, and when you do get the ball out wide, it's not an immediate cross into the box. It's put your foot on it, look for the next movement, see if you can slowly pass your way into the spots and open up space for your teammates in behind, making runs in behind. But the ball's either going to have to be on the ground, nice little build-up play, something a little bit more of the beautiful game than it is just dumping it into the box.
One of the problems that Phoenix has had this year is those chances created moments. Manos Armanakis coming over from Loudon had 20 with Loudon, the team leader for Phoenix at the time. Daniel Crutzen had 15, and he's your left wing back. Trejo was excellent last year at making some of those runs. We've seen Carlos Harvey's ability to do that. The question right now is, who does that here in this matchup? And perhaps a halftime sub might be in the offing for Juan Guerra.
It didn't connect, but I like that look from Harvey. He's looking to break lines with a pass on the ground. Can you play a pass that skips out that midfield line so that once that player receives the ball, of course this one went out of bounds, but if you're able to receive the ball and drive at the back line, you're going against a back 4 as opposed to a back 6 or 7, because Oakland's so good at getting numbers behind the ball. You got to play passes on the ground that are going to break lines and really try to get yourself behind that initial line of pressure so that you can attack with speed, and that's where that movement comes into play, where you can get creative in the back line, because you're going against 4 as opposed to going against a 7 or 8 set block that Oakland's so good at.
Clemente closing in on 200 career appearances. Tonight, 197. Baker in the right back position for Oakland. Long ball sent forward. Trejo. Does this one go back to Blanchette? Rising highlights local Arizona businesses on hashtag AllAZNight next Saturday, June 17th at 38th Street in Washington. Have a small business Rising should feature. As this ball's into the box, Trejo leaves it. Varela! It goes wide. Now for a goal kick. And properly interrupting.
They needed every inch of this challenge. This is what I'm talking about. A little bit of chaos. Harvey driving to penetrate, creates chaos on the back line. Great last-ditch challenge here. He needed every minute of this body. Look at this. Gets his body in front of the ball. Varela had eyes for the net. He had Blanchette. Everything was in place. Blanchette was leaning the wrong way. Varela was going to open his body, put it in the back of the net. But a great last tackle there. Needed it. Oakland absolutely needed it. Great recovery challenge there.
That was Tamakis getting in for that block. And finishing what I was saying, if you're looking to feature a small business this season, email info@phxrisingfc.com to nominate your favorite small businesses and come watch Rising take on Lou City next Saturday, June 17th at 7:30 p.m. That'll be a good one.
Talk about that challenge from Tamakis. That latch-ditch effort is so important. Even just a little nudge of the body throws off that attacker, so he does a good job getting his body. Just a little bit of a nudge would throw off Varela. He had Blanchette leaning the wrong way. Everything was in place. A little bit of chaos there. Ball pops out right at the forward's feet. Comes in, makes that last-ditch effort. Saves a goal. Well done there by Tamakis to get his body behind that forward.
Formella back on it. Cruzen sweeps away. Trying to get back to it. Instead, Zambrano. Final couple minutes here, the opening half. And the 13th meeting between these sides. Phoenix haven't won since October 9th of 2021.
We talk about Blanchette a lot. Of course, your goalkeeper is going to be important when you're making shutouts, but just as important as a goalkeeper is defensive efforts like that. When everybody's bought into defending, when everybody's bought into protecting the net, those are the types of efforts that you see. Those are the reasons that you get shutouts. A lot of great individual efforts, working together in your block. Just an excellent tackle there from Tamakis.
Had a little bit of slice rather than curl. Otherwise, Monjoma would have been onside and able to latch onto it. Zemra Clemente from Serbia, Montenegro.
Oakland's been very comfortable this first half, just kind of dirtying the game up a little bit. You know that Phoenix wants to have the ball. They want to play possession. They want to keep the ball on the ground. But every time that the ball clears out, there's an Oakland player getting a body on a Phoenix player. If nothing's on, they're not afraid to just lump it long, reestablish their block, put a little pressure on that center back. Not afraid to make the game a little bit dirty against a team that likes the game a little bit more pretty, which is a good tactical matchup that we're seeing here.
Had won twice this season by 1-0 tallies. They just methodically work their way down the pitch on these throw-ins.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes.
Look at 2 minutes of added time here in the first half. Mfeka, it's outside of the box, and a free kick coming up here for Oakland. Johnny Rodriguez asking for a card, and he is going to get one indeed.
Oakland does a good job of just kind of lulling them to sleep a little bit. They take this quick throw, good layoff. Mfeka with a big touch, looks for that last cut. I think that the defender was looking for a shot there. Mfeka with a creative touch here, trying to create some space in behind, draws the contact. Fortunate for Phoenix that didn't happen. One more step in or else we'd be looking at a penalty, but that's what I'm talking about, dirtying the game up a little bit. Oakland They're playing the ball long, they're lumping it long, they look like they're fine just keeping possession. Next thing you know, they take a quick throw, turn you over, and Feka's driving at your back line and forcing the Phoenix defender into a late challenge that ends up into a foul in a very dangerous spot.
A caution has been issued.
Alejandro
by the
Fuenmayor
referee
is the man that is booked.
Number 30, Alejandro Fuenmayor.
Everybody wants a piece of the pie here to take this free kick.
Yeah, look for Oakland to do something a little bit creative. When you have free kicks like this right on top of the box, it's hard to get the ball up and over the wall. Your better options are either to drive it very hard to the goalkeeper side, make a save, or do something creative. Maybe a little layoff, a little runoff, something that isn't just a straight up shot.
Varela is the man laying down. Three on top of it. A lot of traffic right in front of the 6-yard box. Perhaps stealing a couple inches. Diaz into the head of Lambert. It's taken away, and perhaps the counter is on. Harvey racing forward. Clementa trying to get back. Harvey bumps into Hackshaw. No fouls either side. It comes out. It looked like for a moment that counter was going to be something for Phoenix to answer to. Instead, it's the end of the first half. What's your assessment of these two sides with Oakland leading at 1-0?
I think if you're Oakland, this game's kind of gone to the script exactly how you want to draw it up. You get the goal against the run and play, you get the goal on the counterattack, and then you dirty the game up a little bit. You're good in your block, you're trying to beat them over the top, catch them on quick transitions, and if you're Phoenix, you just got to remain patient. You got to move the ball. You know you're a team that likes to keep possession. You know you're a team that likes to pass the ball to death. Can you get those runs in behind? Can you take advantages of those situations like we just saw right there? You get a quick counterattack. That's where you got to be a little bit more creative and a little bit more dynamic in the box. But so far, I think for Oakland, things are looking good. You're comfortable in your blocking. If you're Phoenix, you got to find ways to move the ball, keep the possession, keep the team moving from side to side so you can break them down and end up in behind the back line of Oakland.
It is Oakland on top, 1-0, despite being outshot 7-2. Two sides familiar with each other. And it's Oakland on top at the break. 45 minutes in the books, 45 to go here in Arizona.
Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? How fast do you want to get there? At Gateway Community College, you can achieve a career that takes you places in less time and for less money. Opportunity is not just for the select few. Living better is for everyone. Let us help you discover your future.
Tens of thousands of customers wrote about Carvana being easy in their 5-star reviews, including Eric.
The whole process was really simple and easy. And this is my 3rd time selling to Carvana.
So I can practically do it from memory now. You just enter your license plate or your VIN, answer a few questions, boom, you get a real offer.
True story. Still shocking how easy it was to sell my car to Carvana.
Sell your car to Carvana today.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
It's halftime here in Phoenix as we take a look at the upcoming schedules for these two groups. And starting with this Oakland side, and the challenges continue. Rising comes up again on June 24th, but a battle against a Pittsburgh side that has won 5 in a row for the first time in 3 years. To wrap up June, the sledding gets that much tougher for this Oakland Roots side. Conversely, for Phoenix, it is a challenge as well. Back-to-back home matches, Lou City coming up on the 17th, a week from today, then a midweek visit to New Mexico, sandwiched in a visit to Oakland for the backup of the second end of this matchup between these sides. A lot of road contests coming up for the Rising. We're at halftime here between Phoenix and Oakland, and we're back with more when we return in a moment.
How you doing?
How's it going? Good to see you.
I see you watching SpongeBob. You like that show?
I have a question.
What's up?
Oh, perfect.
Do you guys know Cristiano Ronaldo?
We know who he is, but we don't know him personally.
I know him personally. Yeah.
Is that your favorite soccer player?
Perfect.
Okay. Get in there. Oh yeah. Ready? There you go.
It made my day so much. I'm so happy. I got to play pool with them. Got to meet them. I got the signed scarf. Of course. The glasses. The scarf that got signed is like the best thing ever. And I'm like pretty much happy for everything. It really made my day. Because at first whenever I heard it, I was like, okay, you know, I'm just thinking we would talk to them. And we would play pool, and then, you know.
I thought they were going to be in a robot.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And then I'm like, oh my God, they're coming to me. And then I get a signed scarf, and I'm like, let's just have a better day. Why not?
Oakland leads Phoenix 1-0 at halftime. When we come back, we'll look around the USL Championship here in a moment.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Rising is home. Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Louisville City at the team's new home. right here in Central Phoenix off 38th Street in Washington. Saturday, June 17th at 7:30. Tickets to the match start at $25, and the two-time Western Conference champions are just 5 stops on the Valley Metro to Phoenix and Tempe. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for more information.
Oakland scores a goal in the 9th minute from Dariush Formella and leads Phoenix 1-0 at halftime. Plenty going on around the USL Championship as we take a look at the USL news and notes. Pride Month going on. Visit uslchampionship.com/news to learn more. How about 18-year-old USL star Joshua Winder from Lou City joins Benfica, the first $1 million transfer in USL Championship history. And Phoenix will be a part of the ESPN2 matchup against a suddenly red-hot Memphis FC side. That will be an 8 o'clock kickoff on July 1st. Here's your Western Conference standings, and the pressure on Phoenix right now. The 3 teams below them starting to make a little bit of a push towards the top of the table, and those top 3-4 teams starting to pull away from the rest of the pack as Oakland tries to join that group. Here's scores from around the rest of the league. How about Switchbacks? Decisive at home against Orange County. Monterey Bay leads 1-0 at Las Vegas. In Copa Tejas, San Antonio and El Paso 2 apiece. And RGV levels with Miami 3 apiece in that matchup. Our game tonight is the final of Week 14, and we have 45 more minutes here to go. Oakland lead 1-0. Highlights, stats, and the second half kickoff comes your way when we return.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? How fast do you want to get there? At Gateway Community College, you can achieve a career that takes you places in less time and for less money. Opportunity is not just for the select few. Living better is for everyone. Let us help you discover your future.
Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Louisville City at the team's new home. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for ticket information.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Carvana. Will drive you happy. NAU Nationwide. And by Equality Health. 1-0 Oakland leads Phoenix at halftime. And time to take a look at those first half statistics. And it was Phoenix that got the early momentum off of a corner kick. Kevin Lambert got open in the box. Good technique. Just hit the crossbar.
A play off the training ground. Good solid volley at the end of this. Gets a flick on it. Just the way that Phoenix has been going lately. Unlucky to not get a goal there. And then just like that, you see the momentum swing against them.
Not this build-up. All the way from Blanchette. Excellent passing. And it's Johnny Rodriguez that carries this one along before it ends up with Formella.
Rodriguez does a great job picking the ball up in possession, driving at the back line, making the center back commit. Formella finds the ball at his feet, makes no mistake on this one. Ball pops out wide, picks his head up, picks out the corner, finishes across his body, which is a great place to put it if you're an attacker.
In the 24th minute, This was a dynamic opportunity here. Varela got onto it. Blanchette had to poke that one away. Otherwise, it was going in the net one of two ways.
Blanchette leaning to his right, deals with the screen from a defender, gets his body back to the left for the low save through the defender's legs. When you make saves like that, that's how you know you're in rhythm.
Formella had another crack at it here. A rocket shot. Rios Novo, though, right at his face, was able to poke it out.
Formella opting for power with this one off the half volley. He drives it straight at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper does a good job putting the rebound out of danger's way.
In the 42nd minute, it was this great hustle after an excellent run. Tamakis coming all the way back. Otherwise, Varela had a chance to equalize.
Tamakis with a great recovery run, gets his body onto Varela. Varela had the goalkeeper leaning the wrong way, had eyes for the goal. We were looking like a 1-1 play, but Tamakis does a great job keeping that team off the board.
Possession favors Phoenix, shots favor Phoenix, the score favors Oakland.
If you're Oakland, they're doing a good job defending and they're blocked. And if you're Phoenix, can you get your possession a little bit higher up the field? They're creating chances, they're getting lots of shots, but I'd like to see them be a little bit more dynamic in that than they were in the first half. Create those runs in behind, use that possession to your advantage. Can you get that possession up the field, really put that back line of Oakland under a little bit of more stress?
Phoenix failed to score in the opening half for the 10th time this year in 13 matches. That's the most in the USL Championship. Do they have answers in half number 2? Juan Guerra will try to solve that solution as Phoenix have failed to score now in the last 248 minutes of play, having not broken through since Manuel Arteaga's 67th minute game winner at Orange County on May 20th. Babukar Jai is coming in, and Henry Uzochuwu is coming out for Phoenix, and that's the lone change for either side to start off this second half. Jai, great speed, great pace, and perhaps somebody that can do what you've been asking to try to break down some of those lines.
Now, if you're Phoenix in the second half, you're down 1-0. You obviously want 3 points at home. This is a big game for them. This is a big emotional game. But can you contain your emotions and keep the ball moving? Once you can stretch yourself out in that possession, you got to play smart passes. Don't let Oakland catch you on a counter, because the last thing you want to do is go down 2-0. Keep the ball moving, stay patient, try to get some more runs in behind. Can you have that forward check-in with an opposite runner behind them so that you can play that ball over the top? Can we get this possession a little bit higher up the field so that you're driving a little bit more back at Oakland's back 5? Because once they get into that block, they're set up in a 3-back, but once they get into that back block, they're playing in a 5. Can you work your possession up the field, keep the bodies moving, keep moving around and move those center backs out of their positioning so that you can get those runs in behind, because that's how you're going to get behind this back line and find your chances in front of goal.
Oakland have won 9 in a row when they lead at halftime. Their last loss almost a year ago to the day, June 16th, against New Mexico. 2-1 loss in that matchup. Can Phoenix snap that string for Oakland? As we start off half number 2 with Jeff Attanella, Michael Watrang, our entire crew. Happy to have you on board. Hang out with us here in the second half. Phoenix struggling to score. Oakland dynamic in preventing goal scoring. Back-to-back clean sheets for the Roots. And looking for a 3rd consecutive.
Something to keep an eye on here is, when do they go to the bench? When do they bring on Arteaga? We know that he's going to play. We talked about it with the coach before the game. He wants to use him as a second-half weapon. At what point do you make that move? When you decide we need that big target forward in there to hold the ball up for him? It'll be an important part of when he enters this game, because you want to get him where he's still able to develop a little bit of a rhythm, but also has the energy to really force this back line into a little bit more pressure than we've been seeing in the first half.
Guerra said that he thought that Oakland's back line hasn't been as tested as much as he would like to put on that pressure here this evening. 8 shots would indicate that perhaps they have at times. Not as consistent. Frustration mounting here in the Valley. Plenty of time left to change that attitude. There from Manjoma. That's a great turn from Trejo. Excellent balance. Armanakis. Let's see where they go here. Here's Jai. Low lining ball in. Varela watches This ball get cleared out, but the pressure still there for the Rising.
If you're Oakland, you got to be careful with that ball in the midfield. Matt Soso turns it over in the midfield, puts his team under a little bit of duress. And that's exactly what Phoenix is looking for. If you're going to try to keep possession back there, Phoenix is going to be up high because they like to keep possession like that. So their second wave of pressure, that second wave of press, is going to turn you over quick. You got to be careful if you're possessing the ball in the middle of the field, especially in your defensive half.
It's a good flood forward for red shirts, but swept away. Nane stumbles, and a throw coming for the Roots. Sacramento and Pittsburgh have given up fewer goals than Oakland. Just 12 this season. On the 13th match of the year. A team that's getting 1.67 points per match. Most among those Western Conference teams that have some juggernauts up top.
They're a tough team to break down. You see, once they get comfortable in that block, they're very organized. It's very hard to get people to leave their pockets.
Trejo breaks into space, but draws a lot of attention. Needed to be perfect to get through Hackshot, and it is a corner.
That's good work there by Trejo. You talk about that movement. He sees the opportunity. He sees the opportunity to get behind the back line on a throw-in. Reacts quickly, draws a corner for his team, puts him in a dangerous spot.
This corner kick brought to you by Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. Hey, Varela. This corner, bends it into the middle, and there's nobody there. Blanchette bobbles. It is loose in the box here. Mayor, Manjomo. Another touch to it, but too much on that, and it goes out. That is a rare mistake by Blanchette.
One of those situations where sometimes the easy ones can be challenging because you pick your head up, you think you have it, take your eyes off the ball. Lucky not to be punished there, Blanchette. Like you said, a rare mistake, but that's when he'd obviously like to secure, keep his team off that second wave of pressure.
Blanchette entered tonight, leading the league in both saves and clean sheets with 6 of them.
You see that sometimes in football as wide receivers, they pick their head up, they think they already have it. They pick their head up, think they secured the catch, next thing you know, the ball's left behind them. Similar things can happen to goalkeepers. Sometimes the easy ones, you take your eyes off of it because you think it's easy, there's no pressure, right into the breadbasket. Next thing you know, there's a rebound and the team scrambling.
It's Blanchette that started the goal by Formella. Probably thinking the same thing there. Zambrano. Oakland content with defending here in the first 5 minutes of half number 2.
This is better for Phoenix, keeping this possession up here, keeping the pressure on their back line, possessing their half of the field.
Armanakis wins the second ball. Manjoma. Excellent run forward. Nice pass from Armanakis. Manjoma. Can't quite escape Diaz. Whistled on Fuenmayor.
That's the creativity we're talking about with their runs from Manjova. He plays it in, but his initial ball, he plays the initial ball in knowing that he's going to make that run in behind. Armanakis with a great one-touch flick over the top. That's the type of creativity that we're talking about. You're not going to beat, with this lineup that Phoenix has on the field right now, you're not going to beat them by getting the ball wide and dumping balls in the box. There's got to be a little bit of piece of creativity, and you saw it there. Unlucky that it didn't come off, but he did a good job. One touch in, Armanakis plays him around the corner. One extra touch on the baseline, then you can whip the ball in on the ground and cause a little bit of chaos. But that's the type of movement that you need to have to beat down this block like Oakland has.
Off the restart, it's one for everybody. What do you think about the fact that there was no card there?
Yeah, it looked like he could have been the last defender. I'm not entirely sure, but like I said, Rodriguez has done a good job tonight as well, because every time that he seems to be getting on the end of the ball, he's either drawing a foul or connecting with his teammates. And that's what you need if you're Oakland. If you're playing in a block like this, if you're playing a little bit more defensive, you need a forward running up there that's going to do the dirty work, making life hard for Phoenix's back four and their center backs. He's done a good job the entire night. I'd be interested to see at the end of the night how many fouls he's drawn on the Phoenix back line, because there's been a ton.
Barbier. Hey. Era wants this team to be able to pressure up the field. Looks out for just a moment. Seven minutes gone by, second half. Roots hold this 1-0 lead, having scored in the opening 10 minutes of this match. Dariusz Formella's 5th goal of the season. Trejo, Armanakis, Manjoma. Takes a hefty deflection. Blanchette battling with Jai, and Trejo catches this one.
Good side-to-side movement of the ball. Manjoma has it, cuts it inside. Don't mind him taking the shot there. A little bit of traffic there, but you like to see players taking their touches inside, trying to create opportunities for themselves. But that ball comes with a good ball from their center back. The center back gets the ball and he sprays it wide quick, initially getting past that first line of pressure. And if you're trying to break down a block like that, anytime you can play a diagonal ball, I talked about it in the first half, you play that diagonal ball and you cut out the entire first line, and then the next thing you know, you're going against a different block than you are when they're able to get set, and you're just passing the ball back and forth around the center backs.
That's a terrific slide there from Formella to keep it away from Lambert. Space in the middle of the field. Masoso playing his 100th career USL Championship regular season match. Has it to Nane. One-touch passing, pinpoint. Diaz, Rodriguez. Rodriguez low, it was only sweeping wide. When it comes to a sports injury, the unknown can be unsettling, but there's one thing that can calm that uncertainty: an answer. Mayo Clinic uncovers answers every day through exploration, teamwork, and innovation. Answers that can lead to more answers and define a path forward. So if you're looking for answers related to a sports injury, you know where to go. Learn more at sportsmedicine.mayoclinic.org. Phoenix have had steady amount of the possession. Jai has brought a nice element. Here in half number 2, Manjoma switching to the right side. Jai. This ball dribbled through. Armanakis making the run. Blanchette picks.
That's better from Phoenix, and that's what you're looking to do. He takes his touch inside. Late runner in behind. Tries to sneak behind the back line. Just missed it a little bit with Armanakis making the run, but that's what you're looking to do if you're Phoenix. Once you get the ball out wide, can you take a touch inside? Can you pass the ball inside? Creating that space for that running behind. Because like I said, you're not going to beat him with balls across in the air with this back line that Oakland has in their size. Can you get creative in the last third? Can you have a player get a little bit more creative, takes his touch inside, and tries to slip the late runner? That's better from Phoenix so far in this half.
Shaw hitting in front of Trejo. This ball go out. Is it a corner or a throw? Will be a throw. Trejo takes quickly. Extra motivation from Phoenix to start off half number 2. Lambert does go high here. Perhaps not angling it towards the back corner of that post, just testing Blanchette.
Ball gets out wide. Lambert looked like he had eyes for the net. Picks his head up, sees Blanchette cheating a little bit. At the end of the day, Blanchette has it covered. Ends up getting caught in the net. Never a good finish. Never a good feeling when you're stuck in the net and having a hard time getting out.
Joma. The intercept. Rodriguez commits the foul. Everything that Phoenix wants to do right now is fast.
That's what you have to do. You can't let Oakland get set in their block. Keep the ball moving quick. Keep the ball moving from side to side. If you're going to dribble, dribble with pace. Make a defender commit to you.
Joma, keep it in play. Expect a lot of the second half to be played on this end. Oakland will be speculative with their runs. Trejo had space to run that. Instead gets it back. Trejo through weaving and an equalizer. Trejo weave through a couple and Varela puts it home and we're tied at 1. This goal brought to you by Gateway Community College.
That's that creativity that we've been talking about and that we've been looking for. They're moving the ball side to side. Good ball onto the ground to Trejo. Trejo not afraid to take on his defenders. Quick one-touch passing. Zambrano joins the attack. Trejo getting creative in top of the box. Slips it, finds Varela. A little bit of a good little fortunate bounce here, but sometimes you need that when you're going through a goal drought. Varela in the right spot at the right time. Trejo getting creative on the dribble, taking on defenders in the box, creating a little bit of chaos, getting that back line distorted, and Varela makes no mistake of it this time, puts it into the back of the net, and the hard work and the change in their game plan a little bit for Phoenix pays off for them. Moving the ball side to side, moving quick, getting creative into the final third, and now Phoenix has their goal, which should make them feel a little bit more confident now in what they're doing and going into this attack.
Right back on it. Varela out wide. Jai into the box. Plenty of options, Barbier. Step up to rescue that. Varela, his first goal in 3 years. Last scored in 2020 when he was in Spain with Las Palmas.
Sometimes all you need is to be in the right spot at the right time. Trejo does a lot of the dirty work here. He lays the ball off to Zambrano. Zambrano tries to have an opportunity on top of the box. It ends up back at Trejo's feet. Instead of being impatient, making a shot with a lot of traffic in front of him, he tries to take on the defenders. Does a great job. Ball pops out. Varela's in the right spot at the right time. No latch-ditch effort defending to block this one. Finds himself in front of the net, makes no mistake about it. And now Phoenix seems to have a lot of the momentum, a lot of the energy on their side. Can they stay disciplined defensively, but also keep attacking with that second wave of pressure and keep moving the ball as fast as they can to keep Oakland a little bit distorted in the back.
Snaps a 261-minute goalless drought, and a yellow card is out of the pocket here. And this one is going to Tamakis. 60th minute, fourth player right now on yellow.
Harvey doing a good job of creating. Tamakis late with his challenge. Harvey takes his big touch. Thinking that Harvey's going to pass the ball, takes a touch on a dribble. Tamakis with a late challenge. Easy yellow card for the ref.
A caution has been issued by the referee to Oakland Roots.
1 hour in the books, one apiece in a final 30 minutes. It should be thrilling here from Phoenix. Jeff Atzenella, Michael Watring, and our entire crew. Buckle up for the close of this one.
On the flip side now, if you're Oakland, how can you regain possession of this ball? It seems like Phoenix has had the ball the entire second half in your half. Can you regain possession? Can you put your foot on it?
Jai down in the box, and it's a goal kick.
Another dangerous ball on the ground and behind. Two runners there in place. Oh, could have gone either way there. A little bit of contact. He goes down a little bit light, but if you're in the box, if you're a defender, you want to keep your arms down. Don't leave those decisions up to the ref. Really could have gone either way there with that one.
Everybody falling to the ground. Things have opened up in this direction. Formella, the goal scorer for Oakland, canceled out by Lambert. Fifth goal allowed by Oakland in the opening 15 minutes of the second half, most amongst the USL Championship this year. Zambrano is making this run on this sideline, and now things building here for Phoenix. Well-weighted pass, it's Jai. Varela. Jai's got all kinds of real estate. Clementa the last to touch, and a corner coming up for the Rising. Corner kick brought to you by Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. Oakland have not had a touch inside of the attacking box as this ball pinged in. Rodriguez clears. Phoenix on the other side have had 8. Exactly to your point, that all of this pressure has been mounted by the Rising here in half number 2.
We talked about where they're sustaining possession. They had big possession numbers in the first half, but a lot of that possession was in their own defensive half, trying to move the ball between the center backs. Much better job this half of having possession on Oakland's side of the field, really putting that back line under pressure.
Zambrano, the man to step back for it. Trejo looking to unleash his run. He'll go 1v1 against Hackshaw. Heavy on that touch, had it slip through his legs, and Hackshaw passes back to Blanchette. Well, I think what we're starting to see in the second half is exactly what Juan Guerra was looking for when he put Trejo at that 9 position, left Arteaga on the bench. We're starting to see some of that come to fruition.
More dynamic movements from the guys up top. You're seeing a lot more quick passes, a lot more creativity in the final third. Trejo doing a good job checking in, laying the ball off, and making those runs in behind, receiving the ball into space, trying to beat people on the dribble.
Jai again, leading the charge. Goes down, no foul. Roots back with it.
Can Oakland sustain a little bit of possession? So far in the first half, they've been looking to play the long balls. A lot of these 1v1s.
Rodriguez back for Formella. Plays it wide, flag though up. Becca slightly off.
Good individual effort here. Just a step off sides, right call though.
Formella. It's right back after the ping. Lambert doing extra work defensively. That'll lead to a nice applause from the home crowd. It's given right back in the middle. Mfeka! Oakland back on top.
Completely against the run of play, Mfeka puts the ball in the back of the net. And this comes off of the sustained pressure from Oakland, but at the end of the day, if you're Phoenix, this is a pass that you just cannot make. Lambert does a great job winning the ball in a great 1v1 duel here. Good effort by both players here, but if you're here, this is the ball that you cannot lose. If you're Armenakis, you got to connect this pass, whether it's Zambrano getting a touch on it, playing a dangerous ball in the middle of your field in the defensive third. A team like Oakland's going to turn you over, and Mfeka makes no mistake about it. Credit to Oakland for being in the right spots at the right time, and Matsoso for connecting that late pass, and Mfeka for burying the shot. But if you're a possession-based team, if you're Phoenix, those are the passes you can't have. You can't lose the ball in your defensive third. You can't be lazy with your possession in your back half. All that hard work that you've done to get that one goal back, all that possession, all that momentum you're building, that's how quickly it can erase. You got to connect that pass in your back half. You got to play smart when you're in that side of the field, especially with the ball to the middle. But credit Oakland, they turn the ball over. Mfeka makes no mistake about it. They've been playing for those opportunities the entire night. And when they've gotten them, they've capitalized on them, and they put the ball in the back of the net.
Mfeka had a brace last year in the 2-0 win in Phoenix. Gets a goal here, and changes to be made by Juan Guerra. Indeed, we will see Manuel Arteaga come in, as well as Erickson Gallardo.
Substitutions for
Varela, the goal scorer, is off.
Entering the match is number 7, Erickson Gallardo. Leading the match is number 21, Panos Armanakis.
Armanakis is coming out.
Entering the match.
He was the one that made that pass that
Manuel
didn't link up.
It has to be so frustrating for your coach, Juan Guerra. Your team's doing all the right things in the second half. They come out, they're moving up top, it's very dynamic, they're very sharp in possession. You get a great individual defensive effort, the ball turns over, and then a bit of a lazy pass, whether that's on the person receiving the pass, the person making the pass. When you're in your back half, if you're a possession-based team, you have to be smart with the ball. All it takes is one mistake to turn the ball over. You've had the better player here in the second half. You've worked like crazy to get yourself back into the game. And now, just like this, you're chasing one goal again against a team like Oakland, who's very solid in their block, who's very solid defending. Just has to be frustrating if you're the Phoenix side, especially if you're Coach Juan Guerra.
You can feel how deflating it is. This facility as well. Arteaga leads the team with 5 goals this season. How do things change now, and what Phoenix wants to do to try to break this down?
Now you have more of a target forward, a true target forward who can pull the ball up for you. So now if you're getting the ball wide, you have a better option to put the ball into the box, to get on the end of these crosses. But really it just allows you to play that long outlet pass if you're looking for it. He has the ability to post up on the center backs. And even then, it gives Trejo the ability. So if Arteaga is on the receiving end of a long ball, it gives Trejo the ability to work off of him, make his running behinds, makes his job a little bit easier so he doesn't have to do all the dirty work. And now you have that big target forward that you can connect with if you're Phoenix.
There's Trejo out wide. Defender falls down. Jai. Excellent work by Jai. He's taken down in the box, but there is no penalty. Wow.
Oh, we'll need to see a replay on that one. Jai does a great job getting behind the back line. Goes down in the box. Looked to be a lot of contact. The ref waves it off. Phoenix obviously upset about that one. The home crowd not happy about it either.
Jai again. This time he goes down, draws the foul, and a yellow shown as well.
Here we go, let's get a look at this replay. Jai gets the ball on the baseline, great positive touch. Oh, pulls him down by the jersey. That's a missed one here by the referee. Phoenix should be felt hard done by this one. Matsoso, handful of jersey, pulls him down in the box. Phoenix unlucky not to have a penalty call here from the ref. You do all the hard work, you get in behind your defenders, you feel that jersey pull, you hit the deck. That's what you're supposed to do as an attacking player. Not that it helps Phoenix, but the ref missed that one.
Gotta be frustrating on the Phoenix side, but perhaps a little bit of fire burns. Motivation on the rising to try to pull level. Low lining, hard rocket into the box.
Credit to Jai, he's made an immediate impact since coming into this game. Attacking the space, going 1v1 at his defender, creating opportunities, drawing potential penalties.
Substitutions for Oakland Roots SC. Entering the match, number 6.
2 changes for Oakland here. It will be Anwar Palais coming in, and he joins
number 4,
Tariq Murad as well, and Becca and Nane are coming out.
Is number 18, Anwar Perez. Leading the match is number 10, Lindo.
72nd minute. Oakland lead it by a goal. Becca off has the deciding goal at this point.
It's been a great response from Phoenix since that goal. You have the run of play. You're building possession. You give up a little bit of a lazy goal, cheap goal. But they've done a good job reestablishing themselves, gathering the ball back up, and kind of picking up right where they left off.
And down. Clementa putting it up. Tidy up some housekeeping. Napo Masoso picked up a yellow, as well as Babakar Jai. Arteaga can't hold on to this ball. Rod won it initially. There's a hefty foul on Manjoma. Oakland asking for another booking. Fans, be sure to visit your local Arizona Financial Credit Union branch to get your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team and spread the word. Visit ArizonaFinancial.org. Zambrano in the pivot. Tiaga comes back to alleviate the pressure. How can Phoenix get him forward? Barbier sweeps away from Gallardo. Manjoma. Gallardo steps back. Swings it in. It's right at Blanchette, however. 75th minute of play. Oakland on top, 2-1. In the 13th meeting between these two sides with former goalie Jeff Antonella, Michael Watrang. Quarter hour to go in this one. We've seen 2 second-half goals. Oakland have given up just 1 goal in the final 30 minutes of matches this season, and it hasn't happened since the first game of the year against San Antonio. That's what Phoenix is trying to do. They already snapped Oakland's 273-minute sequence without allowing a goal. Broke up their own drought of 261 minutes. Clementa down again, back behind the play. This time it will require medical attention.
Ever since that little knock, he's been limping around for the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Maybe a Charlie horse?
Yeah, probably caught a knee in the worst spot.
I guess the good news, if you are Phoenix, looking at the live results table, they wouldn't drop a spot. Every team below them has not been able to gain any points. Although Las Vegas and Monterey Bay deadlocked at 1 still in the 76th minute, while Oakland has nudged in front of San Diego, if this results hold, into the 4th slot. So basically in the last month plus, Oakland will have catapulted themselves from 8th to 4th if they hold this one off. It's a good chance to reset both of these sides here. looking for a third consecutive win. A team that is in great form of late. They've only given up multiple goals once in the last 6. That was the 3-1 away loss to Sacramento. So another challenge that Rising have. And at the 4th official, we'll get the Oakland Roots debut of Jessiel Cedeno, who just came over in a transfer with Hartford that saw Eduardo Rito go to Hartford. Cedeno, a couple goals in 10 appearances with Hartford.
For Oakland Roots
and Gabby Torres is coming in for Phoenix.
Jessiel Cedeno.
Fuenmayor comes out.
Is number 21. Emerald Clementa.
So Clementa is out.
Substitution for Phoenix Rising FC.
A little over 10 minutes.
Number 16, Gabby Torres.
A decent chunk of stoppage time here as well.
30, Alejandro Fuenmayor.
That's an excellent flip forward. Gallardo making an impact here as a sub. It's canceled out, however. Ella, excellent pass.
Where you need Phoenix. You made these subs, you made offensive moves. Can they bring that little bit of energy? Can they get that creative dynamic movements are going? You're going against a backline that's been playing a full 90 minutes. You need your fresh bodies to get movement and get a little bit more creative here in the final third.
Tiaga sling into the box, and by doing so, allows Hackshaw to intercept. There's a foul whistled. Lambert.
Huge call for the foul here, but Lambert's been solid tonight. Great 1v1 defending, making life hard for these forwards, for the Oakland players when they check back in.
This is a match where certainly Phoenix feels like they could have multiple goals. Lambert hit the crossbar in the 5th minute. Blanchette blocked the ball after Varela took a shot in the 24th minute. And then, of course, there was that no call on what we thought was a surefire penalty against Masoso when he tugged down Jai in the box. Down to the final 10 minutes. Phoenix haven't beaten Oakland in 2 years. Trejo can't settle it down. Gallardo has to get past him. It's an excellently timed ball there by Diaz.
This is where if you're Phoenix, you got to stick to your game plan. It's not time to get desperate yet. You still have 10 minutes to play. You're chasing a goal, of course. You want to get 3 points, but right now it's all about getting a point, getting that goal back.
Arteaga! Wide, but that's what they have missed with him on the bench. Finally, that target forward up top.
Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Louisville City at the team's new home. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for ticket information.
82nd minute now. Michael Watring, Jeff Atzenella, our entire crew. Here with you on this match day number 14.
And you nailed it. That's the difference of having Arteaga in this game. He gives you an option. He gives you a target inside the box. So if you do get to the point where you're going to be lumping in crosses, you're going to be trying to find targets. He's a big body for you to get underneath of a header, hold the ball up for you. Just create something a little bit different for these center backs to look at late in this game.
Oakland had very little of the ball in the second half. It was a giveaway by Phoenix, really not against a whole lot of pressure. slide tackle from Lambert, perfect against Pelage. Allowed the Roots to regain the lead after conceding.
Another great 1v1 challenge there from Lambert. Got the timing just right. Even got it off the Oakland Roots player to force a goal kick.
Gallardo hustling. Diaz there as well. Sprawls to send it back to Blanchette. The Phoenix Pride Community Foundation advances opportunities in the form of community grants and partnership grants to the LGBTQ+ and allied Arizona nonprofit community to help these organizations achieve their missions to provide vital services, resources, and programs specific to LGBTQ+ needs. On June 25th, they will be awarding $65,000 in grants, bringing their total to $866,126. The group has awarded $1.4 million since the inception of the Community Foundation in 2008. For more information about the Phoenix Pride Community Foundation, head to phoenixpride.org or call 60227-PRIDE. There's a foul and a card as well. That's on Zambrano.
A caution has been issued by the referee to Phoenix Rising FC number 26.
That's a tricky touch from Cedeno. Forces the foul from Zambrano. The sub comes in. Fresh legs. Zambrano's been playing the 90. Not much up for Zambrano to do there. Good touch there from Cedeno to force him into that moment. And now this is the part of the game where if you're Phoenix, you know every time the ball goes out of bounds, every foul, every time that Oakland has a chance to waste a little bit of time, they're going to take advantage of that. So you know that coming into it. So you got to be smart with your challenges. You got to be smart, not doing anything after the play, kicking the ball away or anything like that. Because Oakland's going to take their opportunity to waste any amount of time that they have. Regain your possession, be smart with the ball, making sure you're not giving Oakland these chances to waste the time that they have left on the clock.
Formello comes all the way back to intercept that pass. Oakland will be content, trying to play keep away. Does Phoenix have a late equalizer? Trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Oh, space. Arteaga has it bang off of his body. And here's Cedeno again. Delgado called him a young player that can play between lines, dynamic, give us the energy to play vertically.
This is the part of the game where if you're Phoenix, can you get the possession higher up the field? They're trying for long balls right now. They're trying to beat you over the top, but that hasn't been the game plan the whole time. Can you build the possession up so that you can slowly work your way down the field so you get those better opportunities when you're in Oakland's defensive half?
Zambrano.
And if you're Oakland, it's all about staying disciplined. They got their numbers behind the ball. That's where they're the most comfortable. They're comfortable defending this way. Don't pop out of your spot. Stay disciplined in this block. Don't give Phoenix many chances to find those open gaps.
Gallardo. Down there, drawing a foul. Manjoma. Free kick coming up, and let's see if Arteaga will be the targeted man on this set piece.
Big opportunity here for Phoenix to service. Try to get the service right behind that back line. Make it hard for Blanchette. You don't want him to come out and win this ball. Low-driven ball, whip it right behind the back line, create chaos. Try to find that big man that you subbed into the game.
Venezuelan Gallardo. 10 goals last year with Zamora. The Venezuelan Premier League sends this one towards the back post. Lambert was latching onto it. It was over Blanchette. Phoenix will make another change.
Substitution for Phoenix Rising FC.
Jose Andres
Entering the match is number
Hernandez
8,
coming
Jose
in, replacing
Hernandez.
Kevin Lambert.
Leading the match is number 67.
Or check that, Carlos Harvey is coming out. Score your career at Gateway Community College. With Gateway, you can achieve your dream career in less time and for less money. Get started at gatewaycc.edu. Lambert taken down by Equalize. Phoenix will try to mount their charges right down the stretch. All eyes will be on that fourth official to see how much stoppage time we get. Gallardo. Ball nestles softly as he flies this one in. Post run being made by Torres. A corner kick coming up.
Gallardo doing a good job of getting himself wide, puts a dangerous ball into the box. Not many runners there for Phoenix, but he puts a good ball in the mix. The center back have to deal with it, puts it out for a corner, giving himself another opportunity for a good set piece here.
Corner kick brought to you by Carvana, proud sponsor of the Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. Gallardo. Low bending ball into the box. It's loose, and it's Arteaga. Phoenix have crawled back. Leveled the terms at 2 in the 89th minute.
Arteaga, the impact player coming off the bench.
Goal brought to you by Gateway Community College, and that ball somehow found its way through a lot of traffic.
Gallardo with a great ball in. We talk about playing low-driven balls in when you're whipping the ball in. Unlucky to not get a head on it, but Arteaga's in the right space at the right time, and that's what good forwards do. They find themselves in spaces in front of the net where if the ball pops out, they'll be there to clean it up. Arteaga rewarded with a goal, comes in off the bench, puts in the work, connects on the back post, and now we have a situation where if you're Oakland, you got to be smart trying to get your point. And if you're Phoenix, now you can press for this win. Great ball from Gallardo, good finish from Arteaga.
It is the second goal allowed by Oakland in the final 30 minutes. Lamar Bautista scored in the 73rd minute for San Antonio on March 11th. And now things get interesting here down the stretch. Oakland being aggressive, seeking out all 3 points. Masoso, Rios Novo, well-timed, was able to block that one off.
Oakland still pressing, not happy with the 1 point. Stretching themselves out a little bit here, though.
Trejo. Things are open here for Phoenix. Trejo was passing. Had an angle there to shoot.
Oh, he had an eye for net. He has the ball on his left foot, cutting across the center of the pitch. Had an opportunity there for a shot.
Rios Novo leaves this cage empty. Lambert, I thought, had good position. We will get 6 minutes of added time.
Goalkeeper coming way out of his net. Lambert had position on the ball. I'm not sure what the goalkeeper was thinking here. Ends up taking out his player more than he did anything with the ball. Tough one here for the goalkeeper. Lambert seemed to have position, shielding out the body. Lambert, like he's done all night, has position on the attacker. You can tell the goalkeeper left his line early. He had eyes for that ball the entire time. Didn't peek his head up to see where his center back was. The center back had good positioning on it. Ill-advised collision, but at the end of the day, the ball stays out of the net.
Fortunate that the Belgian native Daniel Crutzen was in the right place to sweep that one away after Pelai somersaulted. And we are in for quite an interesting finish to this one. Oakland winners of 2 straight. Phoenix losers of 2 in a row. Lambert will be aided off the field.
He won't show up on the score sheet tonight, but Lambert did a fantastic job this entire night. A lot of 1v1 situations he was put in, a lot of difficult situations with the forwards barreling down on him. Was up to the task the entire night. Great 1v1 defending, smart possession, really put out a lot of fires that he was dealing with on the counterattack in difficult situations. You You hope he's okay, but that was a fantastic job from the defender tonight.
So Napo Masoso is coming out. Trayvon Reed is coming in.
How about Arteaga? That's how it happens sometimes. You come off the bench, you know, the ball pops out right at your feet, bury the net, put it in the goal. A lot of the hard work sometimes doesn't get rewarded, but if you're a good forward, you find yourselves in the right positions for a loose ball. He's there when it matters, puts the ball in the back of the net, and it's a big time goal for this Phoenix Rising team.
Substitution.
Darnell King is coming on to replace Kevin Lambert.
Entering the match.
It's a nice luxury to have one of the veterans of this league.
Leading the match.
Fourth season with Phoenix.
27, Kevin Lambert.
Now we have no idea how much more time that will add to it. Maybe a few more minutes extra. Oakland perhaps probing for a late winner in this one. But Phoenix have found themselves open. Gallardo. Arteaga. Both sides motivated to pull away a winner. Cedeno. And a foul whistled. Jai shown yellow.
Yellow cards are flying right now. Cedeno does a good job picking the ball up into space, driving at the back line. And how about the response that we've seen from Oakland? Oakland, who seem very content sitting in their block, dealing with the wave after wave of pressure. Game gets tied, and they're not resting on 1 point. They've stretched themselves out. They've gotten a little bit more dynamic in their attack, dynamic in their possession. Not sitting on the 1 point on the road. They're not happy with 1 point. They won all three. They're going for it, which has opened up this game. And we've got some serious back and forth action here going on in the last 6 minutes, which I think there's probably going to be about 5 more added onto this 6.
Well, a yellow card shown to the bench as well. To clarify, Jai did not pick up a yellow in that first situation. There was conversation on whether or not that was simulation on that first yellow. It was just a Masoso. So that is the first on Jai, not his second. That would have been a red.
And number 8, Jose Hernandez.
The yellow cards began to work out here in the last 5 minutes.
Jose Hernandez got one as well. The bench got one. Here comes this free kick. Reed over the top of it. Reed! High and wide.
It's from deep, but Reed has a good look at it. Almost has eyes for that top corner. Gets solid contact on the ball. Hard-driven ball. A little bit lower, that would have given the goalkeeper a lot of trouble.
2-2. It's turned out to be a thriller in the nightcap of a 9-match Saturday in the USL Championship. It's an excellent carry forward, and then a tackle. This will most certainly be a card as well. Cedeno, I think, fine with taking that.
A caution has been issued by the referee.
Great back and forth action here. Zambrano on the turn, driving at the back line. Cedeno with a tactical foul, slows down the counterattack. Cedeno needed this foul here. Zambrano had numbers running. Good turn here in the midfield, driving at the back line, taking players on. Has eyes to slip the ball into some runners behind. Cedeno with a good tactical foul there, slowed down the transitional attack. But Phoenix, they just scored on their last set piece, another dangerous opportunity.
10 players have been shown a yellow card.
We told you this before the game started. There were a lot of emotions in this game. We knew that the emotions would be flying high, and the yellow cards have proven that point.
So right now, it looks like Crutzen and Arteaga on top of this ball. So Arteaga, one of the top aerial ball. Angling. King! Trejo, second ball. Manjoma! Ambitious strike, but it was well won initially by King.
Great ball in from Crutzen, puts it exactly where he wanted, right behind the back line where the goalkeeper can't get out. King unlucky not to get a solid head contact on that. Ball bouncing around, a little bit of chaos in the box, but King had a good look at it. Great ball in from Crutzen, exactly where you want to put the ball. Whip it in behind that back line where the goalkeeper can't come out. Give your attacker a chance to get a head on it.
Blanchett. think. We got a couple more minutes at the most left here. After the Lambert injury, Gallardo has been great. Coming off of the bench, it's Trejo. Gallardo. Trejo. Blanchette. I think Juan Guerra has unlocked some things here with some of these subs in the second half.
Gallardo has been dynamic this entire second half, getting the ball down the right flank, driving at defenders, whipping crosses in. He's made an impact immediately since coming into this game. Both these wingers have. Same with Jai on the other side. Really changed the dynamic of the attack for this Phoenix team.
That ball's out. Reed making the argument that it was still in.
I love this. Both teams going at it. Both teams chasing 3 points. Neither team happy with just one in this one.
This ball will end up with Blanchette. 15-6 shot advantage for Phoenix, but it's been 4-3 in terms of shots on frame. Blanchette wants to use the time waste. Skies this ball down the yard. Finally comes to a rest with King. Rodriguez. Phoenix has done a good job against Johnny Rodriguez for the most part, particularly here in the second half. Player that scored 4 times in the last 8. And there's your full-time whistle. A thriller in Phoenix. Results 2-2. Jeff, your final thoughts from this one?
If you're Phoenix, you got your 2 goals. You've been chasing goals for the last few games. You were dynamic, you were creative in that second half. Unlucky to be leaving here with a draw. And if you're Oakland on the flip side, you had a 1-goal lead twice. That's your bread and butter. You want to protect the leads. They'll take the point. It's a tough place to get a point. They'll take the point, but they'll be a little bit unhappy when they head back to the locker room knowing that they blew a 1-goal lead on 2 separate occasions. But again, if you're Phoenix, this is a draw. You wanted to get 3 points, but you've unlocked some things on your offense. You found some pieces. You moved some players around, saw things to be a little bit more dynamic. And I think for both teams, good learning lesson for Oakland on how to withstand a lead, especially on the road, things like that. How can you be a little bit more tight in your block late in games so that you can ride the win out? But if you're Phoenix, you're looking at this and you're thinking, we just unlocked something. We've been looking for things to be a little bit more dynamic in the final third. They got that tonight. Good movement off the ball, good subs coming in, and now Juan Guerra has a lot of things to think about when he's thinking about setting up his lineup going forward, which are good problems to have if you're a head coach.
Oakland had won 9 straight when leading at halftime. Phoenix snaps a 2-game skid, and it results in a draw here in Phoenix. 2-2. We're back to wrap things up in a moment.
Phoenix Pride unites, educates, and engages people to support and empower the LGBTQ+ community. Together, we can advance equal rights, opportunities, and protections for all. We're all about doing that. Circle K is a proud sponsor of Phoenix Pride and Phoenix Rising.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Louisville City at the team's new home. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for ticket information.
Phoenix Pride unites, educates, and engages people to support and empower the LGBTQ+ community. Together, we can advance equal rights, opportunities, and protections for all. We're all about doing that. Circle K is a proud sponsor of Phoenix Pride and Phoenix Rising.
Back here in Phoenix, where the final tally sees it finish 2-2, and what a thriller it was. Back with Jeff Atzenell, I'm Michael Watring, as we put a bow on our coverage here this evening with the full-time highlights. And we started off in the 9th minute. Dariush Formella. This ball came all the way from the back. It worked its way forward. Great run from Johnny Rodriguez. Nane taps it over, and Formella opens the scoring.
Rodriguez, good run at the back line, finds his open runners. Bernego, great finish in the far post, opens up his body, right across his body, across the keeper, challenges the goalkeeper to make a difficult save. Not up to the task. Great finish here in the early game.
Third time in the last 4 games that Oakland has scored in the first 12 minutes. But Phoenix was able to find an answer. Trejo somehow kept possession. Varela falling down, equalizes at 1.
Phoenix came out to play in the second half. Trejo with a little bit of fancy footwork, dribbles around the defender. Varela at the right space at the right time, but Trejo doing his best to create on his own, creates an opportunity for his teammate out in front of net.
This was a brutal giveaway. Armanakis had the right choice perhaps to build out some pressure there, but it's given away, and it's put down by Mpeka.
Armanakis and Zambrano with a little bit of a miscommunication here in the back. The ball turns over, but credit Oakland, do a good job turning it over, and Mpeka buries it in front of net, gives Oakland a 2-1 lead.
This moment happened moments later, what we thought should have been a penalty.
Great response here from Phoenix after giving up that cheap goal. Handful of jersey, that's a penalty 10 times out of 10, but the ref misses it. Jai did a good job subbing into the second half, putting that back line under pressure. Unlucky not to get rewarded here with a penalty call.
In the 89th minute, off of a corner. How about this one going all the way through the mixer, and Arteaga as a sub scoring the leveler.
Arteaga not starting tonight was one of the storylines, but he does his job coming off the bench. Gallardo was causing problems with his free kicks all night. Whips a dangerous ball in. Arteaga, the number 9, at the right place at the right time.
Phoenix finished with an expected goals of 2.5. 0.47 for Oakland. Phoenix was excellent in terms of its response, but Oakland satisfied perhaps with just the point.
Oakland was solid in their block most of the night, but unfortunately they gave up the lead twice. Phoenix, if you're Phoenix, you're looking at this game thinking Wangaro has a lot of options now. He saw a lot of impact from players coming off the bench. They wanted to get more dynamic in the attacking half, and that's what we saw in the second half. 2 teams with lessons to learn tonight. Oakland, can you be a little bit more tighter on your block? But if you're Phoenix, you got a lot of options now, and if on the offensive third, you're going to be a little bit happy now with your options that you have with people healthy and a lot of different players who can actually move.
Oakland, it was a fun one to wrap up week 14 in the USL Championship. 2-2, a level terms between Phoenix and Oakland. For my partner, Jeff Attinella, I'm Michael Watchering. For our entire crew, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.